We are excited to get this underway. We just had a great matchup between the grade 8 and 9 All-Stars of the East, who won that one versus the West. Now this is the second game, and will be headlined after this by the Varsity All-Star Box 40 Prospect Challenge. So expect a very good game here.
All right, looks like Team Orange, the East team is going to come out here on offense to start the game. We had a great first game of the 8-9 game. Team East came out on top 31-6 over the West.
So we're set to start. The East starting with the ball at their own 40-yard line. Quarterback's going to get the ball here. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And a lot of West players around to stop it on the opening run by number 20, Oak Adams. Excuse me, that's Luke Smootko out of Abbotsford. To be 2nd and 9 now after the 1-yard gain. Big throw deep, just out of his reach. QB under center for Team East is Logan McDonald. He plays his high school football out of Robert Bateman. He's going to bring up after that incomplete pass. Just getting some roster changes here. It's going to be 3rd and 8. It's going to be McDonald looking to pass, and it's going to be batted away by Parker Burt. Yeah, I just want to make sure I get the names right, so just get in some number changes here. It's going to be 1st and 10 now. Like I mentioned earlier, the punt is just 30 yards. I think that's Charlie McMillan under center. He's going to hand off to Sam Mosky, who gains 2 yards there on the carry. It's going to be 2nd and 10. West starting with the ball at their own 28-yard line. Second and 10 for the West. McMillan in the shotgun. One hand gets the, and it's batted away. Good pressure there for that defensive line, number 56, Addison Sadler. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. If you notice a lot of those Mount Douglas helmets, there are quite a few Mount Douglas players on this West team. Obviously the great program that Coach Mark Townsend has brought, you know, 4 provincial championships there in the last 6 years.
Team West.
And here's McMillan in the shotgun. Three receivers to his right. Fakes the handoff. He's going to take off on his own. Sees a target just underthrown. And that's going to bring up 4th down here for Team West. Looks like they'll just do the automatic punt. So Team East is going to take over 30 yards the other way.
Early in the first quarter here of the grade 10 Fox 40 Challenge game. Just like to do a quick shout out here to our sponsors today. Fox 40 Pick Your Winner, Hustle Athletics, Spalding, the CFL, Sports Pacific Training, Capital QBs, and CanadaFootballChat.com.
And now Team East is going to take over. Logan McDonald hands it off. We got 2 number 20s on the roster. It's either Oak Adams or Luke Samosko. We'll go with Smootsko because I think that he's wearing an Abbotsford helmet. It's going to be 2nd and 9 here. Ball on the 42-yard line. McDonald, snap goes over his head. He's just going to jump on it, but not after a loss of about 15 to 20 yards there. You know, this is an all-star game, so most of these players are not used to playing with one another. It's only been tryouts and about 2 to 3 weeks of practices to get to learn these offense, so give these kids credit for their football IQs just learning a new playbook, because a lot of these playbooks are a lot different what they've grown up learning in their high school programs or community programs. So it's going to bring up 3rd and a long ways. Logan McDonald, the quarterback out of Robert Bateman. He's got 3 receivers to his right. He's going to roll out to his right, look to pass, cross body the other way, got a target just out of the reach of Jaden Simon. Jaden Simon was the winner of the AAA JV championship this past year when they beat Mount Doug. Jaden Smith had 2 touchdowns in that game, and the score ended up being 17-14. So even as a grade 10, was a pivotal player in that game, moving up to varsity next year. It's going to be an automatic punt, but the West taking over with quality field position early in this one. The West will take over, led by quarterback Charlie McMillan from Carson Graham out in North Vancouver. And McMillan's going to take it off himself. And that's going to be a gain of 11 on the play. McMillan, the offense, that type of play is what you see a lot from the Carson Graham varsity team, spread offense. They've had some very good quarterbacks in the past, and McMillan is one of those guys moving forward, obviously moving to varsity next year. And I know he had some playing time with the Carson Graham Eagles this season. It's going to bring up 1st and 10. Charlie McMillan in the shotgun. He's going to fake handoff. He's just going to dip it off, but it's just underthrown. Looking for Giancarlo Napolitano. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now. shout out to both offensive lines and defensive lines, especially on the offensive line. These guys are the heart and soul, especially of these all-star games. Protect the quarterback. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. McMillan looking to pass. And it's going to be short again on that one. That was intended to number 80, Dante Carboni. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 now for Team West. Looking to get on the board. First points of the day, 0-0 right now. Fox Prospect Challenge. Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in this quarter. And McMillan, 2 receivers to his left. McMillan's gonna get tons of pressure early, just gets it away. And that pressure was number 56, Addison Sandler, who's been putting pressure on McMillan early in this one. Rules are, if you're past midfield, you have to go for it and not elect to punt or the 30-yard difference of the punt. So they'll go for it here. Early in this one, 8:14 left in the first quarter of the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge, put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. And it's going to be 4th and 10 now. McMillan in the shotgun. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. And he got them to jump. Who jumped first? It looked like it's going to be on the defense. Extra 5 yards there. Yeah. It's going to go against defense. So that's going to put Team West 5 yards further, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 5 now. Fourth and 5. Ball on East 35-yard line. Going for it. McMillan gets a snap. He's going to throw it. He has a receiver open, and ooh, just out of the reach of Giancarlo Napolitano out of Notre Dame. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. And the East now will take over. Just attention to all fans of amateur football. Cannibal Football Chat, the nation's #1 amateur football recruiting and news site, recently launched the Class 2018 CFC 100 top players entering university in 2018. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 here. McDonald. He's going to toss it out to a Lord Tweedsmuir player, number 24, Tyson Senuk. I think he might have switched jerseys because it says Mount Boucherie, but I'm pretty sure that's a Lord Tweedsmuir helmet. Gain of 4 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 6. Logan McDonald. Hands off. Good run. 2 yards on the play. Off the run, making it a manageable 3rd down here. Should be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4. Coming up for Team East. Logan McDonald, 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers on the wide side left. And he's going to look left. And it is picked off by number 12, Connor Way. Connor Way with a huge pick. And that's just some Mount Doug Connor Way magic there. Unbelievable hand-eye coordination. That was a quick pass. He was in zone coverage and snatched it out of the air for the pick. And the West will take over inside the 40-yard line in the first quarter here. 6 minutes, around 6 minutes left in the first quarter of the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge, put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. Now we have a change in at quarterback. It's going to be Michael Lane. And we're going to get a little false start. Connor Way, who had the interception in that, was helpful for that Mount Doug team, that JV team that went all the way to the finals, just losing to Lord Tweedsmuir just by a field goal. He got a touchdown in that one. But it was actually the teammate on the other side, Jaden Simon, who got 2 of the Lord Tweedsmuir's touchdowns to win that AAA title. Got a coach on the field. He's trying to help his team out. And that is a great catch by number 11, Tate Williams. It's a good pass there by Michael Lane from Howe Sound. It's always nice to see some of these smaller school guys get the credit they deserve in the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge here at Percy Perry Stadium. 2nd and 5 for the West. It's going to be a handoff to Sam Mosky. He's going to pick up about 2 to make it 3rd and short. It's going to be Michael Lane trying to get rid of it. Yeah, I got all the other ones. Okay. Brian Brady, so he's Carson Graham anyways, right? Yeah, cool. Just a correction to that catch that was made by number 11 on Team West. It was Zach Norgraves out of New West. So good catch by him. Coach Brian Brady is coaching the West. He's the head coach of Carson Graham, and you can see he has his quarterback. And I noticed the offense was similar, and now I just realized why that is, because it is the coach of Carson Graham coaching the West team. Funny that. Michael Lane in the shotgun. Tried to be a direct snap to Mosky. He's going to pick it up at midfield, looking for somewhere to go, going backwards, but has some room. Cuts outside, and he's taken down. It could have been a loss of 30, and it looks like it's only a loss of 10. What a play there by Sam Moski. And that's going to bring up fourth down. That was fourth down, excuse me. So now it's going to be a turnover on downs. It's going to be Team East taking over at their own 35-yard line. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. So good action, good defensive play, big pick by Connor Way for the Team West. But now Logan McDonald and Team East are going to go to work. McDonald looking to pass. He's going to take off himself up the middle, cuts outside. Two guys take him down for Team West. James Mooney and Jeremy Sinclair together there on the tackle to push him out of bounds. McDonald picks up a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. It's going to be 2nd and 4 here. Logan McDonald under center. 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. McDonald's going to take off again. Up the middle. And some good gang tackling there for the West. And it should be just short. Maybe a measurement. And it's going to be a first down. Logan McDonald using his feet, not his arm, to pick up the first down. And just out of the reach of his intended target, Samuel Davenport. And they are actually teammates at Robert Bateman. McDonald incomplete to Davenport. Davenport, one of the talented players in the BC high school football. He'll be moving up to varsity, like as most of these guys will. Some of them have already been playing varsity. But it's going to be 2nd and 10. And Logan McDonald, man in motion. It's going to be a reverse. He's going to fake the pass. And that's going to be no gain. Wes snuffs that up. And that was Brock Pilwecki from Samuel Robertson there on the reverse run. No gain, 3rd and 10. .42 seconds left in this first quarter. A lot of effort in this first, as you would think in an all-star game. These guys have been practicing for the last 2 months. There's a process to get to this point, and these guys are here and making the most of it. McDonald looking to pass. Good pass to Lucas Spencer from Kelowna. KSS Owl making the catch, and that's good for 14 and a first down. It's going to be a first down. McDonald connecting with Spencer. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now. East moving the ball past midfield for the first time today. McDonald trips right. That's where he's going to look. No, he looks left. Pump and run. And it is caught by Jaden Simon. The Lord Tweedsmuir star. Great catch. A little underthrown, but Simon was there for the catch. And that's a big play for the East. And that would be the end of the first quarter. 0-0. West was able to move the ball early. Couldn't get any points. The West also had a nice pick from Connor Way, and now the East are driving. It's been a great Just like to take an opportunity to thank our sponsors for today's great event. Fox 40, Sports Pacific Training, Big Kahuna, Russell Athletics, Spalding, CFL, Capital QBs, and CanadaFootballChat.com. And it's a great event that CFC, CanadaFootballChat.com, puts on here. Because for a long time, BC didn't really have an all-star type thing. They did have Team BC, but now the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge has kind of taken over that. Being able to travel across Canada to play different teams. If you notice too, this field is a Canadian, well, a little smaller than what you would play on for high school, BC high school. Normally if you're looking at the field, the yellow lines, I guess they just changed it as we speak, because we were using the blue lines the first game, and now it is the yellow. Am I not right? I'm right, right? Yeah. So they've changed the field, but it's all good. We're playing football. It's great. It's going to be 1st and 10 here for Team East to start the second quarter. New quarterback, Thomas Hyatt from Vernon. We've seen the Vernon players do quite well. And it's going to be a handoff to number 33, Brody Thomas from Langley. He's going to be taken down. Actually, no, that's going to be Ebe Oko Chumsing. And it's going to be 2nd and 10. 14 and 25. Minutes left in this one. 2:33. What? No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And it's a little bubble screen there to number 6, Samuel Davenport with the catch. Good tackle by the East there, by the West, excuse me. It's going to be 3rd and 6. You know, it's actually more fine for that because I have all their stats. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but I have more cover stuff for that game. Yeah, okay, cool. It's gonna bring up 3rd and 7 here. The Vernon QB looks to the corner of the end zone. He's got a target, and just out of the hands of Jaden Simon. Great play by number 24 there, Kenneth Balkos from Carson Graham, knocking that away. And that's going to bring up 4th down, but they're going to go for it here. It's going to be 4th and 7 here. And he's going to be brought down by Evan Noli out of New West. The Hayak gets the sack on 4th down for it to be a turnover on downs. And the West, Team West, will take over here at their own 10-yard line, 15-yard line. But a good drive by the East, but unable to capitalize. Good defense all around here in this tight battle, 0-0 with 13 minutes left in the second quarter. Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. going to be 1st and 10. Coach Brady talking to his players. They got Michael Lane in there from Howe Sound. QB number 10. He's in the shotgun. It's going to be a little pitch pass to Mayar Hosani. And he's going to pick up a gain of 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7 here for Team West. In the Grade 10 Fox 40 Challenge Prospects game.
Second and 7 here for Team West. East bringing a blitz. Gets out of it. Michael Lane using his feet to get the first down, picking up about 9 on the play. Good enough for a first down for the West. They're moving the ball here, getting out of their zone. They're 30 now. It's 1st and 10 at the 30.
Sure.
And it's 1st and 10. Michael Lane hands it off to Hassani. And I'm joined right now by Lee Barrett, one of the founders of CanadaFootballChat.com. And Lee, what a great event you've put on. We had a great first game with the grade 8 and freshmen, and now, like you've been saying, this grade 10 or sophomore is huge because these are the guys that are going to be playing varsity very soon.
Yeah, and they're flying around out there and having a great start to the game.
And then it's going to be pass behind to Carbone, but looks like it was behind, but they're going to call it just incomplete, loss of 5 yards. Yeah, it's very defense, a little different than the last game, but the effort in both games are great, and in this one, some big defensive plays even early, just a quarter and a bit into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it only takes one play sometimes in these types of games, and then the floodgates open, and maybe that'll be the case in this one.
Yeah, there was the talented catch by Jaden Simon over here, and then there was the big pick by Connor Way. So we've had some exciting. Now we have Hosseini run up the middle there for a gain of 3. Maybe going to be 3rd and 7. And obviously we've have the varsity game coming up, and it's been a great event. You know, all the volunteers, all the awesome sponsors that have been a part of this. And like we talked earlier on the first telecast, the first British Columbia Fox 40 Prospect Challenge.
Yeah, and we're excited to have more, and it's been a great day. The weather's cooperated. The picturesque Coquitlam backdrop is great.
Yeah, you don't get this in the prairies.
No.
And it's going to be 3rd and 6. And Michael Lane, quarterback, he's going to roll it to his right, look to throw, and it's tipped, but it's going to go out of bounds. And the great thing about the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge, you search all around BC and give all these different kids from smaller schools a chance to play in this game, like the quarterback number 10, Michael Lane, who's plays out of Howe Sound.
Yeah.
You know, we have Howe Sound. We have on this, Samuel Robertson, Vernon, Pemberton. We're gonna have some people, one guy from Pemberton that played earlier. It's very cool to see because, you know, like we were talking about earlier, there's so many good football players around that just don't get the credit because they're playing at a smaller school and maybe
Sure.
their competition isn't. But this is the highest competition you can get in this All-Star game.
It gives them a chance to highlight themselves against,
Michael
as you
Lane,
said.
it's tipped,
Oh,
and it's picked off, and that's Jaden Simon. Big pick for him. Now it's a defensive battle, but because of playmaker defensive plays, because Connor Way on that first interception by the West, and then Jaden Simon there, who single-handedly in a way helped his Lord Tweedsmuir's JV AAA team beat Mount Doug this past December. He had 2 of the touchdowns, and there were only 2 touchdowns for their team. They won by a field goal.
Yep.
And against a very impressive Mount Doug program. Because if you look, there's a lot of Rams helmets on that West team.
Yeah, he's quite a prospect, but he's not the only one from Lord Tweedsmuir, as you said.
Yeah. It's going to be 1st and 10 after that interception. Team East is going to take over the 31-yard line. And it's going to be East taking over here. It's, we have the quarterback right now who's in, Thomas Hyatt from Vernon.
Yep.
You saw the last game. Vernon's kind of taken over this
Something in the
tournament
water
so far.
there.
Yeah, there must be. It's
Oh.
Hyatt throws it up to Simon, and a good play on the ball there by Carson Graham. Player there, number 24, Kenneth Balukos on the defense there. And we're looking at the Prospect Challenge, Fox 40 Prospect Challenge moving forward, you start the schedule quite early. So this September we'll be finding out what the schedule is for tryouts and stuff for this time next year. For the next one.
Yeah, if anyone's watching, listening, the schedule will come out sometime in September. There'll be, we'll work through the next couple months, see what adjustments will be made. But we're excited to come back to British Columbia and try to improve upon our first year.
No, and BC is excited to have you guys too, because there's not a lot, as in it's been a bit better in the last 10 years, but for the longest time you couldn't play football 12 months a year. You couldn't train in pads, play against top-end talent, and the CFC and the Prospect Challenge coming in here has changed things a bit and made it a lot more competitive for football players, so they can be going against good and top-end talent, not just their high school football season, which really is only about 2.5 months of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, and we we really like the fact that Tier 2 or AA or AAA players can mingle and play together, and coaches as well, and sometimes you find the diamonds in the rough, and
definitely
that's some of the things we're most proud of.
And it's going to be 4th and 2, so 7 minutes left. Big conversion here. It's going to be good enough for a first down. That's Thomas Hyatt there from Vernon. Big guy for grade 10, 6'2", 170 at the QB position. And that's probably just that size was going to get you the first down on that QB sneak anyways.
Yeah, there's some impressive looking athletes out here, and as you pointed out, grade 10, so a lot of upside, and look forward to tracking these kids in the next few years.
And it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball on the East 44-yard line. Hyatt with 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. And it's going to be a handoff. That's number 47, I believe. Amani Pular.
Yeah, great play by the offside defensive end there, tracking that ball down.
Yeah, that was number 99, I believe, there. Evan Noli from New, who's actually made a couple plays already this game. I was saying earlier, I noticed the offense on Team West, Brian Brady, Carson Graham, because I've seen Carson Graham play a lot, and I was like, that's very similar to the offense, and lo and behold, that Brady's coaching the West there.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2nd and 10. Hyatt's going to look to pass. and he's going to go up the middle. He's going to take off on his own, and that's a good tackle by number 12 there, Connor Way, who's been all over the place defensively for that West team. He's already got an interception, and he's almost the same size as Hyatt compared to most of these guys, so he was able to take him down. For a first down, past midfield now. Last couple of drives now, the East has been able to move the ball quite well with 5 minutes left in this half. East looking to get on the board first. Out in the flats, there's number 20 there. Good pass to Luke Smotko. And it's, going to be a gain of 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
The offenses are finding their ways here, and a little quicker first half than the last game, but a lot more running.
Definitely, and what you could say too about this is there has been a lot of completions, but even better, there's been a lot of key tackles.
Absolutely.
To stop them. There hasn't been one guy getting away from people, so that's very competitive in this sophomore challenge. And that's a great tackle by number 9, Parker Burt from Carson Graham.
That's his second big play of the drive. Not quite sure why the right tackle didn't block him on that one.
Yeah, he was just too good on that one. We've actually seen, last game, the kid from Notre Dame had about 5 sacks, even in a losing effort. So we see in these all-star that, sometimes you can get obviously football's a big team game, but, you can showcase, doesn't matter what team you're on. This is all about showcasing your abilities, and at any given time, any of these players can do that.
Absolutely, and there's a few special game rules, and they're really there to put the coaches in check so that the players are showcased.
And it's incomplete. Looking for Eddie Shala. Brody Thomas. And it's going to be 4 minutes left. Fourth and 16. And I think they're going to elect a punt. So with the rules, 30 yards the other way, automatic 30-yard punt, which will give the West the ball with 4 minutes left. Hopefully looking to drive the field. And it looks like we have a new quarterback in for the West. Looking like Tate Williams from Handsworth. Tate Williams, QB out of the West, out of Handsworth in North Van, West Van area, 6'2", 185. I think when I was in grade 10, I was 5'5", 100. Just an even 100, Lee.
I'm still trying to get to 6'2".
You'll grow more.
Yeah, the wrong way, though.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 here. West taking over. 3.5 minutes left in this one. Sam Mosky in the backfield to Williams left. 3 trips to the right. Williams is going to take off. Just tripped. A couple missed tackles, and he's going to push forward for about a gain of 9 on the play, just short of a first down. Tate Williams from Handsworth on that run.
He's flush from the pocket, made the right decision. Tucked the ball away, almost got a first down.
Hey, we were talking earlier, too, that the offensive line position is probably the toughest to learn on the fly because each school is different, plus half these guys have been playing with the same offensive lineman for the last 3 years. You always have, predominantly you have the same center, the same left guard. You know who's beside you. You know how things work. So I guess for a playbook, especially offensive lineman, there's a lot going on. And I guess on the defense side, it's easier to, kind of manipulate that offensive line a bit more. Here's Williams looking to throw. He's flushed just 3 guys, and he got away from one, but not the 2 other ones. That was a big one by 56. Addison Sadler from Lord Tweedsmuir, number 56, been all over the place too for that defense of the East there. Now with 2 minutes left, they negate that big play run by Williams, and it's going to be 3rd and 11 now.
Well, just when it looked like the offense had some momentum, it's gone the other way the last few series.
We've seen that happen even for both teams on their offense. They've kind of are taking turns at taking punches and then giving punches. And it's 3rd and 10. Trips to the right. One receiver out wide to the left. Williams looks like he's going to work that trip side. Just underthrown there. Looking for number 17, Giancarlo Napolitano. And with 1:17, they'll elect a punt. So now the field position game continues. They're going to start at, I believe, their own 45-yard line. Actually, no, just their own 51. So I would just notice this. They switched the field for this one because I think we were playing a 105-yard field the first game because I remember seeing there was 250.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they switched it back to the usual, I guess, BC high school football, because I know you doing this. What is your take on BC playing American rules in high school?
You know, it's all football to me. 4 down,
True.
3 down, 53 yards wide, 65 yards wide. You know, sometimes we get a little our back up in Canada about playing 3 downs and all that. It's all football.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever accommodates, you know, we're just going to, whatever works best for certain areas is good with us. That's our, you know, philosophy
Definitely.
as far as the prospect challenge. So, you know, whatever people feel most comfortable with.
For sure.
It's all football.
Well, it's funny because how it actually started was the first high school football program in British Columbia was started by Christian brothers from the States. So they only knew American football even though Canadian football was being played. So they started the very first program, and then all the other high schools followed suit because of that's what it was. So interesting history lesson there.
Yeah, there's much more of a north-south connection here than east-west. You got this thing called the Rocky Mountains in between, and things don't tend to, especially back when there wasn't planes and stuff like that, right? So similar things happened out in the Maritimes too. Originally, football in the 1930s was more of an American game until the war, and then most people from the prairies that were playing football brought the Canadian game over. So it's all, there's always a reason why things happened. And,
For sure.
You know, but as far as our philosophy, it's all football. It's all good. 4 down, 3 down, whatever it is.
And big run there. Number 20 on the East team with 22 seconds now. 1st and 10. And this first half has flown by really compared to that last
Absolutely.
last game.
We were worried we weren't going to get in the last game before kickoff of this one, so I think that's not going to be the case with the varsity game. We're in good shape. Oh,
Thomas
my.
Hyatt has a guy wide open, number 16, Lucas Spencer from Kelowna. We had the Vernon to Vernon connection, and this was the Vernon to Kelowna connection here. Spencer being from KSS, Kelowna Secondary, and Owl, but Hyatt gets right through that coverage just on a streak route right in the middle and just in time. 15 seconds left in the game, and Hyatt finds Spencer for the first score of the game, and the East get on the board. And that was a 35-yard touchdown pass from Hyatt to Spencer.
Yeah, the East is looking to maintain their advantage over the day, especially through the air.
It just proves that, because the East is made up with a lot of those interior schools in Vernon and Kelowna and the Okanagan. And here's Hyatt. And that's number 9 again, Parker Burt, all over the place, having himself a day. And with 15 seconds left in the first half, Team East are leading 6-0 over Team West. It's a good time to talk about everyone about CanadaFootballChat.com. The nation's #1 amateur football recruiting and news site recently launched the class of 2018 CFC Top 100 rankings. The list, compiled the last 4 months by the CFC Scouting Bureau, ranks the top 100 players entering university in 2018. And that's a list that takes a lot of work and a lot of scouting, right?
Huge amount of hours put into that, especially early in the season when it's mostly off a game film, or one of the things we would do is evaluate the grade 10 games from the season previously at the Fox 40, and then just, anywhere and any way that we can. Kids posting their videos on the site. So it's a mix mash, and that's why we do multiple editions. We're updating it probably in the next few weeks, after evaluating the players that have come through the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. So do you have to play in our events? No, but is it helpful? Sure it is.
It's going to be first, and a good little handoff. Great heads-up play there by Williams. Looked like that pressure, number 56 again on the east. Addison Sadler out of Tweedsmuir all over the place.
We're going to probably have about half a dozen CFC 100s playing in the next game. So it'll be nice to see some of those players. A lot of them made the trip to Ontario last week in Ottawa and played against the top Ontario players from the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge in the grade 11 age group. That was a great game. Had about 24 CFC 100s in that game, and extremely competitive game, well played, well coached, and I thought the players really showed themselves well.
Do you think there'll ever be a time where just even in high schools that we have some sort of national champions, but just not all-stars, but actual high schools kind of ranked, and then they play at some sort of maybe a top 4, kind of like they do in college football? Or
well, the CFC 50 is their ranking of the top high school teams
for sure
in the nation. The challenge you have is you have some differences between the provinces.
True.
So it's not all apples to apples. That's why it's near impossible.
There's a throw. It's going to be deep, but it's going to be picked off by number 85 there on the east. Dawson Day from College Heights gets the pick, and that is the half. The lead for Team East in the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge, 6-0 over Team West. And Lee, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back here in 5 minutes. Second half, no kickoffs in this game, but Team West will start, trailing by 6 right now. Right now, Team East got on the board first just before half. 35-yard touchdown pass from Hyatt to Spencer. 1st and 10. Williams looking to pass, hits his man in the slot, and he's going to go. That's Meyer Hosseini making his way downfield all the way to the 438. Oh, he stepped out of bounds a bit earlier than that. Good enough for a 12-yard gain, though, at the 47-yard line into the East territory. And it's 1st and 10 now. Tate Williams, the QB from Handsworth, leading the way for the West team. Hosseini running back to his left, 3 receivers out wide. Hosseini get the handoff, and he is taken down by number 56, Addison Sadler, who is playing one heck of a game. He's been in the backfield all day. And he was part of that Lord Tweedsmuir team that won the JV AAA championship this past year. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Here's Tate Williams talking to Coach Brady behind the line of scrimmage. Williams, handoff to Hosseini. Hosseini, room to run. powers through a couple tackles before Simon can bring him down, but not after a 20-yard gain. Getting all the way to the 28-yard line of the East. It's going to bring up 1st and 10. Team West driving. Same play. Hoseni gets tripped up. And this time it's number 22, Graham Goddard from Lord Tweedsmuir making the tackle. So Lord Tweedsmuir is on the defensive side. They, from what I can see just by their helmets, they have about 5 players on that East defense from the same winning AAA JV championship. 2nd and 7. Williams in the shotgun. Williams looking to pass, looks left into the flats, but is incomplete, intended for Giancarlo Napolitano. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 with 12:30 left. Wes trailing by a score, looking to get on the board here early in the second half. Coach Brady talking to his players. Williams, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Ooh. And he might have got his own guys there on that hard count. They might get the benefit of the doubt, though. Yeah, it's going to be a false start. It's going to be offsetting. I don't know how that's possible. But we'll move on. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Big 3rd down here for the West to keep this moving. Williams in the shotgun. Looks to pass, looks deep. Corner of the end zone, has a target, and it's Carbone. Dante Carboni with the great catch right inside the 5-yard line. That is an unbelievable catch by the Mount Doug receiver. Never thought there would be a Hansworth to a Mount Doug connection. That's what you get in these All-Star games. Now it's going to be 1st and goal on the 3. Williams in shotgun. It's going to be Hosseini on the draw. Where there's 2 Lord Tweedsmuir players there. One being Graham Goddard and the other being Addison Sadler. The East defense been able to step up, but can they get the stop here? Up 6 points early in the 3rd quarter. And Williams going to take off himself. He's going to try to get in, and he's in for a touchdown. Tate Williams from Hansworth, QB, calls his own number and gets in for 6. And we have a tie game, and this conversion could be huge. It's been a defensive battle, but West started with the ball in this half, and they drive 60 yards for the touchdown. That brings up the conversion here. And there's going to be no kicking, so they elect to go for the conversion. Williams looks to pass. It's Carbone. Great catch for the conversion. That was the connection that got them down there, and then that gets the 2-point conversion after Tate Williams calls his own number. And now we have a very close game, 7-6 for the West. The West take the lead with the conversion. Just letting everyone know, if you're a player who wants to show off your skills in a competitive environment, be sure to look out for the 2018 Fox 40 Prospect Challenge schedule that will come out in September 2017. Visit CanadaFootballChat.com for more information. And the East are right back at it. They want to start quick. It's going to be QB number 6 now. It's going to be Caden Lilly, the new quarterback in. He's going to take over this offense. A lot of Lord Tweedsmuir players playing for this East team. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Second and 9. It's Lilly to the left. 2 receivers to his left. Both Tweedsmuir receivers. That's where he's going to look to throw, but he's going to be on the move. And it's just overthrown, intended for Jaden Simon. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now. This is the second of the games that were played. So 3rd and 9. Crowd's trying to pump up the West squad. Lilly in the shotgun, and he's going to pass. Get some pressure, but he has his target, and it goes in and out of the hands of intended receiver Jaden Simon. And it's going to be 4th down. So they're going to take the 30-yard punt. And it's going to be West ball, who on their last possession scored their first touchdown of the game. Tate Williams ran it in after a good throw to Dante Carbone. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Team West at their own 30-yard line with 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Just had one too many players. Quick substitution. McMillan's back in at QB for the West. Option play, Hosani. And it's nice tackle by number 22, I believe, Graham Goddard. Those Lord Tweedsmuir defenders proving why their team won the AAA provincial title this past year. It's going to be 2nd and 8. The Carson Graham guys have the benefit of the offense they run in general with Coach Brady as the coach. This time Moskey's beside McMillan. 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. McMillan's going to look left. hits his man in the flat, Carbone, and that is a good catch, passing catch. Not good for much, but a good 3 or 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 5 now, with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter of the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. If you're just joining us, we've already had one game. There was the All-Stars of British Columbia West versus East for grade 8s and freshmen, which are grade 9s, 8 and 9s. This is solely grade 10s. All these guys will be playing varsity next year, and then we'll have our varsity game, which is predominantly grade 11s with some grade 12s in there. Here's Mosky, has some good movement, gets up for a gain of, could be just short of a first down, but good run, good push by that West offensive line. And it is good for a first down. Mosky on the run. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now. West moving the chains in the second half. It's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 40. Charlie McMillan from Carson Graham. He's got Mosky there. It's going to give to Mosky, but Mosky fumbles, but he picks it up, and he's going. He's going, and then another tackle by Addison Sadler, but he got enough for a first down anyways. Mosky, good run by there. Gain of 11 for the first down, and then Sadler on the tackle. And they're past midfield now into the East territory. It's going to be 1st and 10. McMillan and this offense rolling in this second half. It's more of a defensive battle in the first half, and now we're seeing that the West offense is starting to get comfortable and starting to make some big plays. 1st and 10. Trips to the left of McMillan. One on the near side of the field. Mosky in the backfield. McMillan's going to look to pass. He has a target downfield. It's up, and it's just out of the reach of number 21, Liam Kumarmasi. Going to bring up 2nd 10 after the incomplete pass. Second and 10. McMillan here. Going to fake to Mosky, and he's going to roll out to his left. Gets hit, and it's picked off. And that's number 10, Davis Ludardot from Lord Tweedsmuir. Lord Tweedsmuir, guys, playing very well here for the East. And that was a big interception in this one with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. East set to take over. Caden Lilly, QB. Caden Lilly in the shotgun, trips left. Oh, and a good run. Huge run by number 33. Looks like that helmet. A big run for the East. Bringing up 1st and 10 again. Down 1 point, the East are. Caden Lilly And this time Lily's going to pass. He's got pressure. And he's taken down by number 66, Dario Cade from New West. Some of these New West linemen have been all over the place, including Evan Noli, also at a New West. Great sack. And that is going to be a loss of about 7 to 8 yards, bringing up 2nd and long. Second and 15 now for the East. The East looking down 1 point to get something going. Lily, slant, and it's just dropped by Jaden Simon. He wants that one back. Good throw, just Simon unable to hold on to it. Third and 17 here. Fox 40 Prospect Challenge, East versus West of British Columbia. Lily looks to pass, big third down, has it up in the air, has a target, just gets away from number 31, Brock Pilwecki. Now it's going to be 4th down. On the other side of the 50, you automatically have to go for it. So that's what they'll do. And it's going to be 4th and 18. Coach is calling timeout, getting his play in. Here's Lily. Trips right. So that's where he's going to go. He rolls out right, but it's number 12, Connor Way, with a big sack. And that is going to give great field position to Team West. Connor Way already with interception, couple good tackles, and now has a sack. And West will take over now in East Territory, up 1 point, 7-6, 4 minutes left. They'll take over at the 46-yard line of the East. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for today's great event. Sports-specific training, Fox 40, Big Kahuna, Russell Athletics, Spalding, CFL, Capital QBs, and CanadaFootballChat.com. Here's McMillan. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to go up the middle for a gain of 4 before getting taken down by number 54, Charles LeMay. Shortens it up, 2nd and 7. Second and 7. McMillan gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to his teammate, Hosseini. Bring up 3rd and 4. A big 3rd down here. Obviously, you go for it, so maybe just in 2, but Third and 4. McMillan out to his left, option play. Pitches it off, but an even better tackle Great tackle by the East player. Charles LeMay again on that one. Now it's going to be 4th and 4. Going for it. Minute 30 left. The West in the white jerseys. The East in the orange jerseys. McMillan trips right. He's going to go to the near side, though. Gets it off. Might be just short, but could be good depending on the spot. And I think it might be, it's very close. And it's a first down. Huge play. McMillan to his teammate in high school and in this game. Hosseini for the first down. Be 1st and 10. Ball at the 35-yard line of the East. McMillan looking to pass. Out of the backfield, tries to hit Hosseini. But Hosseini can't hold on. Maybe more of a missed throw, but those guys have been doing well all game. Moving to 2nd and 10 here. Looking to score. They're only up a point. Would like another touchdown here. McMillan, 2nd and 10. Gets the snap, fumbles it, picks it up. And he's taken down. Simon Rene Paul from Mount Boucherie on in one of the tackles there. The big man, 6'4", 245. And it's going to be 3rd and 15 now. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Team West at the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge. Team West sophomore grade 10s are in the lead by a score of 7-6. We got this way. East opened the scoring first in the 2nd quarter. QB Hyatt finds Spencer 6-0 early. And then first drive of the 2nd half, Tate Williams, QB from Handsworth and Team West, gets into the end zones to make it, and they would convert to make it 7-6. And that's where we are now. Last quarter for these guys. It's been a long 2 months. Tryouts to get on this team, meetings, practices, and now they're here playing it in front of a good crowd at Percy Perry Stadium here in Coquitlam at Town Center. And it's 3rd and 15. West looking to get in the end zone on this drive. They're going to have to convert here, though. Trips to the right. Single receiver out left. That's where he's going to go. And it's just through the hands of number 20, Oak Adams from College Heights. That's going to bring up 4th and 15. They're inside the 50, so they'll go for it. Fourth and 15. Big conversion here for the West. Field position on the line. He's going to roll out, and he just gets drilled. And the ball is knocked loose. Simon Renier-Paul from Mount Boucherie, the 6'4", 245 defensive lineman. Big tackle there, strip sack. But they're going to call it incomplete. But turnover on downs, Team East will take over. 14 minutes left, and Team East is down 1. Yeah, sure. I'm going to be joined by Dino Jeremia right here. Special guest. It's going to be first and 10. New QB in is number 7, Andrew Hunt. Dino, welcome.
How are you?
I'm good. This has been a great day.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
CanadaFootballChat.com and the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge has been great. We saw the first, grade 8 and the freshmen, the grade 9s play earlier, and that was a good game.
Yeah, balanced and just kind of got away from the West there towards the end, but it was good competition, a lot of good plays. Guys really stepped up, so we're really happy with how it's all rolling out today.
Oh, for sure. And now here we have Andrew Hunt from Holy Cross. That's going to be number 20 there on the running. Smootko? You're probably better.
Yeah,
than Luke Smootko.
Yeah, he's a guy that's been playing at Abbotsford, and he's been playing up with the seniors, so he's one of those special guys playing at this level with the grade 10s. It's nice to see them being able to play against a grade 10 group and a grade 10 group and getting the best guys.
And just even looking at the East, just talk about, looking at the East, talk about the Lord Tweedsmuir's program, because they were the provincial championships at this level.
Yeah, they've got some outstanding athletes. Jaden Simon, who you've seen make a couple plays already. Kojo Odom.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Sadler. Yeah. So they're loaded. It's kind of it's almost like a Tweedsmuir versus Mount Doug.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah. And we've seen a lot of those guys too. We've seen play up in the Mount Doug program. We know Coach Townsend's not afraid to play young guys if they're good enough, right?
No, if they can play, he's going to take advantage of them, and that's no secret, of course, with Gideon Kremler playing at quarterback for them
sure.
as a grade 9, and then this year as a grade 10.
And we have his brother playing in this game.
Yeah, and Gideon's rehabbing from knee surgery, so we're excited to see him be back ready for the
3rd and 11.
season.
And that's a big sack. This guy has been all over the place, Dino. That's number 9, Parker Burt, who has been a dominant force on that defensive line for the West. And that was a big sack. Now we're looking at they're down 1 point. 12 minutes left, and it looks like they're going to have to punt here after that. And the West now takes over. Dino, tell us a bit about what you do for the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge.
Well, basically it started with the combines and going throughout the province and doing tryouts, thanks to all the coaches, high school and community coaches that helped out. And, we go through a process where we bring them all back for what we call a top 100 camp. And coaches select the players and put them in, move them around, put them in best positions to play in this game here. So we're excited about the whole process and being the first year that we've brought Fox 40 out to the West Coast.
Yeah, and it's been a great day. It's been great for me to be a part of this too, because as I was talking to Lee earlier, and it's great because you've seen it how there's not a lot for guys to play football, strap up the pads 12 months a year, and this just gives them another opportunity for them to do that, right? Because we're here in May playing, and they're going to have a little turnaround here, but then they're back out at September. They just finished in December, so it must be good for these guys. And knowing your competition and meeting guys. I know Team BC, the old Team BC stuff, that sometimes when I watch games, the star players would always know each other, even if it was Mount Boucherie playing, STM or something, right? New West to Kelowna, and there's create friendships and guys you like. So
100%. Yeah, that's
a big
what
part
this
of
is
it.
all about.
Yeah. And obviously we're seeing some like the most competitiveness too, right? And that is Michael Lane up the middle. Big gain, keeps going. No one can take him down. And that is a gain of 50.
Huge gain.
And talk about finding anyone from anywhere, from Howe Sound, which is great, because I was talking with Lee about this earlier as well. That's the great thing about the Prospect Challenge is doesn't matter if you're Tier 1, AA, AAA, whatever. If you're a football player, you're playing with this, and if you're good enough, right? And that's the great thing about this. If you're kind of not underappreciated, but you don't get to go against the best talent, or maybe you're good. You're a good player on not the greatest team.
There's always a couple guys that just really rise up and play well in these games.
There's Mosky up the middle, breaking tackles, and it looks like he's going to score.
Touchdown.
From 16 yards out, off tackle, cuts outside. No one can take him down, and that's Mosky with the run. And there's another one of their Mount Doug contingent, and we're obviously going to see that in the varsity game coming up. But that's a big touchdown.
Huge play. Well, it was set up by that big run, like you mentioned earlier, from the quarterback from Howe Sound that really set that
Michael
up inside in the red zone there.
And that's the thing, it is technically an all-star game, but the way these guys are playing, I guess when people think all-star football, they think the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And this has more energy than a regular season NFL game.
Well, and it's not Hawaii either.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty close. Here's Michael Lane looking to pass, looking for the corner, and that's Dante. Is it
Carbone?
Carbone.
Yeah, you got to use your best Italian accent.
I know. I've been trying my best, right?
Carbone.
He's made some great big plays in this, and he's a guy that's going to step up. I think even.
He's played with Mount Doug, and he's a guy that's played with the varsity. He's also played some quarterback for them this year when Kremler got hurt.
Yes,
so
that was it. Yes.
Yeah, he's a talent.
Well, and even with going into next season for Mount Doug, right? They lost Lucas.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the stats yesterday, and he had, I think, out of their receiving yards, he had about 90%. So they'll need guys like Carbone to step up in grade. Now that they're going to be in grade 11 next year. But
huge.
What Mark Townsend does there, what Mark Townsend does for that program, just pushes.
There's Luke. That's what we talked about.
That's Luke Smutko.
Yeah. Strong kid.
And that's actually a good change of pace back from Samuel Uko.
Yeah.
For next year.
Yeah, for sure.
And getting to midfield, and now the East looks to respond after they're just with the rules. I know it's you go further back out for a 2-point conversion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it is just a touchdown and a 2-point convert to tie this up with 10 minutes left. Team West leads Team East 14-6. That's going to be Hunt handing it off. This time he's stopped, and you're looking at there's two the new West players too on the defensive line there.
Yeah, that's a pretty stout defensive line.
Evan Noli's not playing right now, but there's Evan Noli playing. I guess that might be him. 99, yeah. Evan Noli and also Dario Cade.
Yeah. That's a stout defensive line.
And then add that to Parker Burt too, and
yeah, I got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Stout inside and then some speed off the edge.
It's going to be 1st and 10. Andrew Hunt from Holy Cross in a quarterback. Good throw to the flat, just a bit overthrown there. And I guess some players have benefits in the all-star type thing. Like, obviously, we've seen some Carson Graham guys, and they're running the same offense with McMillan, and Brady's the coach.
Yeah, a lot of these teams, we provide them with an offense and defensive structure.
Oh, okay.
So they often play very similar offensive and defensive systems.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own flavor, and every coach got their own ego. Where they add and take pieces to improve or adjust on the run. But it's fairly close, the offenses that run their
And
offensive systems.
Here's Hunt, has a man open. That's
Side
Simon. And he wanted to make up for that drop he had earlier for sure, because this guy is a big player.
Yeah, hell of a play. In traffic, 3 guys on him. You know, stand in there, make that catch. That shows a lot of moxie.
And that's good for 13. They're at the west 35-yard line now. East looking to get on the board, trying to tie things up. Clock's running.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do if they go back to Jaden Simon here.
It's just thrown up, and it is. They go back to him. No, actually, that's the other teammate, number 6. That's Samuel Davenport, I believe. No?
Yeah.
Yes, from. Or was that Lily? Was that the guy? Was that Lily who played quarterback? I think that might actually have been. He's playing a bit of everything.
No, number 6. That's Samuel Davenport from Robert Bateman.
Oh, was
small
it?
receiver? Yeah, went up and got it. Kind of came out of there. You know, not the perfect spiral, that's for sure, but hell of a play.
No, I'm just noticing there's 2 6s on the field because I saw the white helmet. That's why I didn't think it was Davenport, because looks like Caden Lilly now is playing some wide receiver.
Oh, yeah.
That's what actually has helped me in the All-Star game. If they didn't have their school helmets,
yes,
it'd be very tough. But especially the Bateman, the Abbotsford, they all kind of mix in, though. But besides the point, here's Hunt. It's going to be Smutko. And he gets away, keeps going, drives to gets a touchdown. What a run.
That's a huge run.
What a run. And that
had
is
him
Luke
dead to rights in the
Smutko.
backfield.
6'1", 220. He used all his weight there.
And
I think it was Parker Bird.
Parker Bird
who's been having one of the best defensive games. Like, could be in line for a defense MVP, and just pushed him aside. But you know what? Even grade 10, 190, 220 is pretty tough.
Yes.
220 beats 190 most of the time.
And credit to Luke Smutko for keeping the feet going. And,
yes.
You know, not being denied, running it into the end zone.
And now they'll go for
huge play for his team.
Now they'll go for the conversion to tie it up. Here's Hunt. And it's just overthrown. And it's 14-12 now. 8 minutes left. Down 2.
What a great game.
Yes, and you know, the game earlier was great.
Yeah.
I guess it was competitive. It was just a couple big plays here and there, like you see in some football games, right? Doesn't matter how well you play.
Yeah.
That, you know, big plays kind of outmatch any of that. So, but this one has been great. You know, you had the East, because the East started off with that big play from Hyatt from Vernon, throwing the Okanagan connection to Spencer from Kelowna. That got them on the board. Then Tate Williams had a good throw to Carboni, which led to Tate Williams running it in. And now we had Motsky the other way, and now we got Smutko this way. So it's been very balanced.
You know, even for when you put teams together like this in an all-star situation, it's always question mark, are they going to be evenly matched? And this certainly has been the case.
And now the West and Williams will look to take over, but it's a bad snap. He'll just jump on it. Smart play. Yeah, it's going to be a loss about 20. Yeah, loss about 20. So that's going to hurt them a bit, but with a running clock and a 2-point lead. Now if you're the East, you're looking now, after that, you know, obviously they're second and forever now.
Yeah.
If you can get a stop here, kind of changes the momentum.
And we've got to see these DBs from Tweedsmuir. I mean, they're very good. So the last thing you want to do is take it for granted now with the long yardage, and those guys not only have the ability to pick one off, but to return it all the way to the house. So
Williams looking to throw. Has a man on the slant, and it's dropped by number 9. That's not Parker Burt, but he's got 9 there too, so I can't tell what helmet that is. It looks like it's Terry Fox, no? But they'll be 3rd and long now. 6:27 left. And now if you're here, you kind of just want to, you know you're probably going to have to give up the 30 on the punt. You kind of just want to get something that maybe is 5-10 yards.
Yeah.
Not something too crazy.
Yeah, make it.
Oh, but they're going streaks. Little screen pass, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they read it well. Defense read
Yes.
it well as well, even if that was complete. They were in great position.
Charles LeMay there, number 54. And you know what? The school that's probably the winner of today, even in this game, has been Vernon Secondary.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got some talent. They certainly showed it in AA football this year.
Yeah.
And their future is bright, as we saw in the grade 8 and 9 game.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and even here you have 2 quarterbacks in grade 10. You have one in grade 8. And
yeah.
It's looking good for them because you have seen the kind of emergence of kind of Okanagan area and the way they've been playing. You know, 2 years ago it was KSS with Parker Simpson, and that kind of got things going for them.
No,
and then Mount Boucherie last year too.
Vernon's on the map.
Here's Hunt looking deep. Simon just overthrown. And that was, I think Kremler covers there, 30. Eddie Shala actually in coverage.
Yeah. That's 2 good football players battling.
And now 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. The East have the ball, 2nd and 10. And it's Andrew Hunt. He's going to hand that off to the WJ Mo at number 47, Amani Pular. But that defensive line, if you could give the defensive award for the West, it almost could be that whole entire line.
Yeah, they've done a great job all day. Not giving up much at all.
Yeah. And even just that athletic play earlier in the game, it seems long ago now, but Connor Way's interception in the first quarter was, that's kind of hand-eye, you're in the zone, and you almost just look up, hands up, and perfect catch.
Yeah.
And he's made some big tackles as well.
Yeah, another good football player from Mount Doug.
And now it's 3rd and long, so the East looking to score to get back in this one. I wonder if they could just switch the roles and try to kick a field goal now.
Yeah.
They got the win in their favor. I don't know. It could work. Here's Hunt. He throws it, and it's
lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Yes, and that's Eddie Shala on a great defense, but it almost got into the hands of Caden Lilly as well.
Yeah.
So they'll punt. 4:34 left in this one.
And I'm going to have to get
get down there.
Ready for the teams coming on for the varsity game.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that matchup.
You got a little preview of guys that we should be looking out for in that one?
Yeah, there's quite a few linemen that are playing really well. We had the Battle of the Best last week in Ottawa, and so there's about 10 players split between both teams that were top players in the country playing last week in Ottawa, and so a few of them are going to be featured. Watch out for Soren Hallschmidt, Pauljeet Dami, Jake Onstead, outstanding linemen that will be force on the West. Nate Hunt, Andrew's older brother, is going to be playing quarterback for the West.
Okay.
And he also led the team in Ottawa. So there's some real good talent on both sides of the ball.
Is Derek Best playing today?
Derek Best is not.
Okay.
He's not. He was not able to make it today. But watch for on the east side. watch for those linemen as well. We got a couple of young guys, Giovanni Manu, who's a big kid, 6'7", 280. Watch for him. He's just a young kid that is just starting to figure out what he can do on the football field.
From
so
Pitt
watch out.
Meadows.
Pitt Meadows, yeah. So another school, small school, but another big-time player coming out of there.
It's incomplete. Well, Dino, it's always fun.
Yes, and we'll talk to you in the next game.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Thank you.
And it's going to be 3rd and 10. And it's 3rd and 10. West with a 2-point lead. Running clock here. 3:20 left.
Team West breaks the huddle here. Good again with 3 minutes once the ball snapped. Team Williams back to the pit. Trick stuff to the left.
Lost here, Carboni. But Carboni made the big catches, I think, and the 2-point conversion.
Turnover on downs. Team West will elect to take the 30-yard auto run here.
Or
Getting in the shot here, 2:53 left.
it's kind of
Down by 2.
tough.
How many TV supporters do we have in the crowd today? All right.
And that's going to be a punt from the West. So the East gets the ball back with 3 minutes left. With 3 minutes left in this one, down 2. They need a drive. Any points will win this. And Thomas Hyatt is back under center from Vernon. And he's going to give it to Smootko, the running back from Abbotsford. And they're going to call a timeout. Prospect Challenge, Fox 40 Prospect Challenge has been put on by CanadaFootballChat.com. Become a CFC insider today to access all rankings and premium information. CFC, raising the bar for amateur football. We have a great game coming up, the final. I'd say that, yeah.
He had a touchdown, like
Yeah,
a long touchdown.
but he's been running better now. He's been the running back the last couple. He's this kid. No, I think it's Luke Smootsko from Abbotsford. I just don't know if this is right, but if that he got the touchdown. If Gino's, because he got the touchdown. I know, but Spencer too. What a big run there by Luke Smootsko. 2:27 left. The East are driving, looking to put any points on the board to get the W. Running clock. Here's Hyatt looking to pass. Has a target. And it's Spencer from Spencer down to the 1 yard line. The Okanagan connection. Hyatt from Vernon. Spencer from Kelowna. Getting down to the 2 yard line. What a play. 2 minutes left. And the East looking to go ahead and make it 2-0 for the East teams today. But the West have had a very solid defensive effort. That defensive line's going to look to get after the quarterback here. Crowd's getting pumped. It's Hyatt. Going to take it himself, but he's stopped He is pushed forward, but just short. Second effort there, but still good play. Ivan Yu from Mount Douglas. 1:20 left. Clock's running. Goal on the 1 yard line. And the West is going to call a timeout here. What an afternoon of football here at Percy Perry Stadium in Coquitlam. Fox 40, proud partner and official athletic supplier of the FPC. Fox 40, the official peelless whistles worldwide. Authentic. Original.
Just remember, you can always go to CanadaFootballChat.com to get your class of 2018.
And it's going to be 1 yard out. This Fox 40 Prospect Challenge game on the line. Goal line stand, 2nd and goal. Hyatt gives it to Smuko, and he is stopped. Tries to go everywhere, but it's second. Parker Burt comes up with a massive tackle again like he has all game long, and the crowd is loving it. Huge play. Forward progress is going to they're going to give him a little bit extra, but now they're on the 1.5 yard line. The clock's ticking, 50 seconds left. 14-12, the East are trailing. They need to get in the end zone. Hyatt, he misses a tackle, and it's in. It's a catch. It's a touchdown. Isaiah Peters from Robert Bateman with the catch. Hyatt makes a guy miss. Hyatt gets away from pressure, and Isaiah Peters with the touchdown. 40 seconds left. 14-18 now. 18-14. Seconds left. The West will get another chance. 40 seconds is enough time to get downfield. Conversion's not going to matter unless it's a 2, but I could make it a 1-score game. He's wide open, and he's caught. That's Simon with the catch. Good throw from Thomas Hyatt there. And with 40 seconds left, West with a couple timeouts left, they'll have to go 60 yards. The East started out scoring first. The West came back and had a lead, and now it's back in the hands of the East with 40 seconds left. Incomplete pass. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 now. 24 seconds left. A little timeout. Coach Brady talking to his players. Excuse me, Michael Lane He's got to get away. But it's Addison Sadler with the sack. And West used their last timeout. They'll have only one play if they can't get out of bounds. They're going to be back to the line. They have Michael Lane in at QB, the kid from Howe Sound. It's the hook and ladder. And Hosseini, you got to get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. 10 seconds left. They're going to get one more play. The hook and ladder. One of the greatest plays in professional sports. And they're going for it. They don't have no timeouts. He's got to throw it. It's up. And it's picked off. It's picked off by number 31, Brock Pelwecki. And what a game. What a game. What a finish. Hard fought by both teams. That was a lot of fun to watch. Great effort by these kids. Just awesome. The Fox 40 Prospect Challenge, 2 games in the book now. This one, both times the East being victorious. And crowd is loving it here at Percy Perry Stadium. That is how games should finish. And we're going to get some awards here, and then we're going to take a brief break and be back for the varsity game coming up. And here are going to be the awards. Lucas Spencer from Kelowna is your Team East offensive MVP. Made a couple, some big catches.
Team East defensive MVP. Big number 56, Addison Sadler.
Addison Sadler had a huge game. He was all over the place. He is your East defensive MVP.
Team West offensive MVP for Team West. Number 80,
Dante Carbone. Mount Doug player, had some big catches.
Team West defensive MVP. Number 9,
Parker Burt. Defensive MVP for Team West. He was all over the field today. Well deserved.
Grade 10 Fox 40 Challenge, Jaden Simon, number 0. For Team East, 5 tackles, 1 reception, 3
And Jaden Simon's the game MVP. Some good receptions. Played well on both sides of the ball. That does it for us here. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the final game of the Fox 40 Prospect Challenge.